Are you ready for some good news? The move from boasting in yourself to boasting in Christ might be the most freeing change you'll ever experience. Here are two texts from 2 Corinthians, the first in chapter 10, verse 17. Let the one who boasts, boast in the Lord. And then in chapter 11, verse 29. Who is weak and I'm not weak? Who is made to fall and I'm not indignant? If I must boast, I will boast of the things that show my weakness. Because our daughter was a public speaking competitor in high school, I often served as a judge at tournaments. Of course, not for events in which Abby competed. Now, over the years, I heard some riveting high school speeches. I'll never forget the introductory comments of one. The speech category was extemporaneous. It's a tough public speaking event because the competitor must draw a card randomly that, once turned over, reveals a word or a phrase. The competitor is given 5 minutes to prepare an extemporaneous speech on the subject depicted on the card. It requires quick thinking, poise, and creativity. In a round of extemporaneous competition at a national event, a high schooler began his speech with an unforgettable story. When I joined the high school track team, he said, I didn't know much about running. I was a novice, but I was pretty fast. At my first track meet, I ran the 100-yard hurdles. I leapt over every one of the hurdles flawlessly and saw that I'd beaten all the others. As I slowed down and celebrated my victory, I noticed that the coach was yelling and gesturing toward me. I was confused until it was explained later. Yes, I had made it over all the hurdles in front of all the other competitors, but I didn't realize I was supposed to continue running until I crossed the finish line. I thought the last hurdle was the end of the race. So while I celebrated my last hurdle, all the other competitors ran past me and I came in dead last in the race. Then the student speech competitor stunned me and the other judges with his humor and creativity. He said, for today's speech, I have drawn the word success. I would like to talk to you today about success and why it's overrated. For the remainder of his speech, the high schooler shared unvarnished stories of failures in his life and all that he'd learned from them. It was great. The Apostle Paul could bear witness. On the one hand, Paul was utterly successful by worldly standards. He was an elite scholar, a renowned religious leader, and pedigreed Hebrew. But Paul discovered the secret freedom of shifting his sense of worth and confidence away from such fleshly things and towards the infinite worth of Christ Himself. Your weaknesses become your strengths when you learn to boast in Christ. And that's the gospel. Well, that is today's daily devotional, and if you missed today's broadcast message, I encourage you to go get it in its entirety for free at sharingthelight.org.